Thank you for every day that you've given us. Lord, we pray for your guidance and your wisdom as we conduct city business. Lord, reach and guide our first responders, public works, city employees, that you continue to hold your hand over them and keep them safe. I ask all these things in your precious holy name. Amen.
Amen.
Alderman Sugar, if you lead us in the pledge.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Roll call, please.
Alderman Patrick.
Here.
Alderman Cross. Here. Alderman Sugar.
here.
Alderman Benstock.
Here.
Alderman Gillum.
Here.
Vice Mayor Bear.
Here.
Mayor Gibson.
Here. All right, just want to welcome Roddy for coming out tonight. We'll go ahead and get started with the agenda and entertain a motion for approval or correction of the minutes for the Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting dated March 26, 2026. Monthly financial report and department reports.
Motion.
Have a motion from Alderman Sugar, second by Alderman Benstock. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Takes us into visitors' comments. No.
Well, I will. Nobody else will.
Go ahead, Miss Sue.
I'm Sue Jarrett, speaking as Director of Senior Center. We are having a silent auction fundraiser, which is necessary for us to continue operations. And I just want to say that we have been blessed with the support that we have received from our community. And we're closing bidding at 12 noon tomorrow. So you still got time to come by and support the senior. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody else? That'll take us into new business. First reading of ordinance 26-546, budget amendment for the fire department draft. Entertain a motion to approve that.
Make a motion.
Second.
Have a motion by Alderman Sugar, second by Alderman Benstock. Floor is open for discussion on that. Tyler, if you'd like to review that.
This ordinance amends the budget for the 25-26 fiscal year by allowing us to record revenue and expenditure for a grant for the fire department. They received a grant from the State Fire Marshal's Office for $47,370 for vehicle extrication equipment. So this allows us to recognize that in the budget.
Further discussion on that? Mitch here? No.
He's still in Morristown doing the
Okay.
class citizen.
Again, we appreciate the work that he's done to bring in this outside revenue to the fire department, because it's a great bringing in from outside grant sources saves us money in the long term. So definitely appreciate the work he's done there. No other discussion. We'll do a roll call vote on that.
Alderman Patrick.
Yes.
Alderman Cross.
Yes.
Alderman Sugar.
Yes.
Alderman Benstock.
Yes.
Alderman Gillum. Vice Mayor Bear.
Yes.
Mayor Gibson.
Yes. Takes us to item number B, first reading ordinance 26-547, adopting the annual budget for fiscal year 26-27.
Make a motion.
Have a
Second.
motion by Alderman Sugar, bring that up to the floor for discussion. Second by Alderman Benstock. And Tyler or Jim, if you'd like to go over that.
Sure, I'll start. So this is the ordinance adopting the annual budget for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2026, ending June 30th, 2027. The ordinance contains the budget summaries and the detailed budget information, both of which we have gone over extensively in workshops. And we have a budget book that we are preparing like we did last year, some visuals, some graphics and things that really tell the story of the budget, and that'll be for community members and for staff and board members. It'll be published online. We're still working on that. We'll have that ready for you in May at the second reading. We'll also do a new budget brochure that we keep out in the lobby, which several people have been interested in picking up. So we're still fine-tuning that document so that it is correct. But I've laid out everything as required in the ordinance, and we'll entertain any questions that you have before you vote on passage.
Questions, discussion.
Did we remove the one with the signs and the, okay.
We did move that into equipment line for Public Works to be able to purchase the lights that were requested.
Okay.
I know one time we was talking about getting Jason a new ladder truck.
That's part of his equipment budget
Okay.
this year.
In the capital
Yes.
side.
Further questions before we vote on first reading? Roll call, please.
Alderman Patrick,
Yes.
Alderman Cross,
Yes.
Alderman Schubert,
Yes.
Alderman Benstock,
Yes.
Alderman Gillum.
Yep.
Vice Mayor Bear,
Yes.
Mayor Gibson.
Yes. Motion carries. Takes in item number C, discussion and consideration interlocal agreement with the City of Kingsport for residential refuse collection services.
Motion.
Have a motion from Alderman Schubert,
Second.
second by Alderman Benstock. Floor is open for discussion. And Jim, if you want to go to that.
So I went to the Kingsport Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting on Tuesday of this week. They passed it unanimously on their side. Had a very good conversation with them and their deputy city manager. We've been in this agreement with them for about 17 years. In the beginning, there were no increases in rates. Just like us having to do rate studies and things like that, it was upside down for them. So that's where these increases have come from. One of the strategies of the town was to put some guardrails up so we're not dealing with double-digit inflationary impact. So what we got is a 3-year interlocal agreement with them that puts cost contain on it. This year it's a 23% increase. Next year it goes to $1 per can per month. So that's about a 7%, and then the next year it's just slightly over 7%. And it's $1 again per can. So in the last 4 years, we had 13.5% last year, 23.5% this year, based on what their rate study said. They were very agreeable to put cost contain on it. Even at the end of this contract, as you can see from the supporting documentation in your agenda packet, the cost that we'll be paying is less than the average for the region here or the state of Tennessee. So I'll field any questions you all may have, but certainly we recommend approval, long-term agreement, and we've done very well with it.
Do we have any discussion on that? Going once, going twice. Roll call, please.
Alderman Patrick,
Yes.
Alderman Cross,
Yes.
Alderman Schubert,
Yes.
Alderman Benstock,
Yes.
Alderman Gillum,
Yep.
Vice Mayor Bear,
Yes.
Mayor Gibson.
Yes, motion carries. Take us into item number D, discussion and consideration planning zoning service contract with First Tennessee Development District. Entertain a motion to
Motion.
Second.
have a motion by Alderman Sugar, second by Alderman Benstock. Floor is open for discussion on that. And Tyler, Jim, if you'd like to review that.
So in the past, we've contracted with First Tennessee Development District, and they provide us a planner that does our planning and zoning services. The service of what we get and the cost of what we pay is very comparable to any other contracted service. We could not hire someone to do it for the price that we pay, and we don't have as much planning and zoning work that would require someone. So this is a good arrangement that we've been in for many years. This just continues it for another year with no increase in cost.
Further discussion on that. Roll call, please.
Alderman Patrick,
Yes.
Alderman Cross,
Yes.
Alderman Schubert,
Yes.
Alderman Benstock,
Yes.
Alderman Gillum,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Bear,
Yes.
Mayor Gibson.
Yes. Takes an item, item number E, discussion and consideration RFP for town attorney, municipal legal services.
I'll make the motion.
I have a motion by Alderman Benstock, Second by Alderman Cross. So the floor is open for discussion on that.
I will go over the legislative memorandum. So at the workshop on March 30th, there was a consensus among the board members to proceed with the request for proposals for town attorney / municipal legal services in the interest of best practices and routine evaluation of our partnerships. Based on that discussion, Jim and I developed an RFP with the consultation of MTAS materials and other municipalities in the area. We published it on April 2nd with a deadline of May 1st. We put that online, we put it in the newspaper, and we distributed it to potential respondents. A couple weeks ago, our current town attorney, Mr. Kaut, came to us and told us that the board should take formal action to confirm the RFP process and or change the format to request for qualifications. Based on our research, we feel it's proper to proceed as we have done in this so far. And you know, we're at this point, we're seeking your guidance and formal action as to how you would like us to proceed with this item now that we have been brought aware of a potential different path forward. And we'll entertain any questions, or if Jim wants to add anything, he can.
Jim?
Yes.
Okay.
If you all have any questions, certainly, but as we talked about at the budget workshop, in deploying best practices, this is the way to go. RFQ is appropriate, RFP is appropriate, so neither one is more appropriate than the other. We already are down a road. We've already posted and had deadlines and things like that. I feel like it'll slow down our process to get these things done. You know, between Tyler and my work schedule, we have things planned out, and pushing this back creates a little bit of a logjam for both of us. So it's certainly your choice on how you want to proceed, but I thought we got clear consensus from the board at that budget workshop to go in this direction. So if we're not acting upon your direction or your consensus, then please let me know that, and we'll go back to the drawing board and figure out how we get there from here.
And I'll quickly add that we've given 3 options that we think might be best. One would be continue with the process and maintain the current deadline. The second option would be to continue the process but extend the deadline. Third option would be to terminate the process altogether and start over with a request for qualifications. And then the attorney brought to us a fourth option to table the matter until July, when a bill that's pending before the legislature takes effect regarding executive sessions. You can go ahead.
I'd like to elaborate on that. The fourth option I would like you to consider, or I'd like you to consider, is that under the present sunshine rules and laws, even if we have you appoint a review committee, that review committee still has to have public notice of when they're going to meet, has to have public participation or open meetings to interview candidates, and then it would come back from the review committee to the board, and we would do the same thing. The state has recognized there's often a problem when you're having higher level people to director level positions. You don't have people that are already in a good position wanting to get out in public record that they're applying for another position. So there is presently a bill pending in the House and Senate, passed by both the House and the Senate, to cure that problem. And that is going to allow an exception to the Sunshine Law in order for the governing body, you, to conduct an executive session, which is the same thing that normally has only been available for if you had a lawsuit pending. But this will create an exception to the Sunshine Law upon the governor's signing it. I don't have the signature yet, but the law basically allows you to have an executive session where in private you will be able to interview candidates. The candidates will be able to have an option of keeping their applicants confidential and not become public record, except in the applicants you actually choose. That applicant's records and application will become public record. The desire is to hopefully attract more people into the process and also to make it a confidential process. This is something that has been tried to have been passed before. So what I would suggest is that regardless of what we, again, whether it, as Jim said, request for proposals, request for qualifications, they're strictly a matter of preferences around format. It has nothing to do with the legal issues. But what I would suggest is that you table or hold this matter pending until the next meeting. See if this letter, if it becomes law. I actually have copies of the bill. If you'd like to see, I'll be glad to pass it out to you. But what it does is allow the executive session to be conducted by the governing body to interview applicants for employment at the director level staff of the body. So this is not going to be the average employee. This is going to be the directors, your department heads. I think the town attorney is included in that level. Public notice of such executive session is not required. Decisions made in the executive session must be deliberated and voted in an open public notice meeting later. The minutes of session shall disclose all persons were present, except for job applicants who attended for the purpose of being interviewed. Again, this is to keep it confidential. Attendance is limited to the members of the said body, relevant staff, and job applicants. Further review and consider the contents of application or employment or appointment by said body. A job applicant may request that the applicant's application remain confidential, and upon being selected for employment, those applications will become public record, but the non-selected applicants would not have their applicants become public record. I know that it may create some time constraints. We either have to go through this public record process that we're started down the path, or I think by waiting a month, you can have a fairly clean-cut process of you holding an executive session of the board, interviewing, and I can't imagine you're going to have 15 applicants or something. So interviewing whatever applicants you have, and then have a meeting, the next meeting or a call meeting to select your applicant. But it certainly does allow a speedier process, and certainly something that's much more controllable by the board. So what we're saying is, I would suggest the fourth option is simply postpone to the next meeting, and if the law gets passed as it appears to be, you would simply send out revised requests for proposals or qualifications at that time. I'd be glad to answer any questions that you have.
May I ask some questions?
Sure.
So a lot of this is focused on applicant level, director level. You're a contracted employee just like I'm a contracted employee, so it's a little different. I don't know if that's what they intend, because an RFP is not an application. An RFP is a public process that will require public involvement. So I want to make sure we're grounded in the terminology. With it being a new law, we don't have any case law.
But we do have history and case law regarding the term, which is the term of art they use. Department level, okay?
Director level.
Director level staff. In past history, we used to call our department heads, we would call them director of transportation, director of public works, director of so-and-so. There has been case law dealing with that term of art, and it is, now you're right, the town managers is considered a director level, okay? That's fairly clear. I think it's also fairly clear that would consider the same level for the town attorney. So I think we are, again, it is brand new law, but it's been something, that particular term has been hashed out previously.
So you all have heard the options that you have in front of you, A, B, C, and D, the four options basically. At this point, need to hear from you all. What's the will of the board on this?
I say continue with option one.
Just to continue with the, let me get it back in front of me.
I'm in concurrence with Alderman Cross.
With the current deadline of May 1st. Further discussion on that?
I think it will be need to be made in the form of a
Form of
motion.
motion, right, because we opened the floor for discussion on that, so we need to dispose of that motion, or actually, we just withdraw the motion and reintroduce it. So would you withdraw your motion and we'll reintroduce that?
It's withdrawn.
Thank you. So then we'll entertain a motion to proceed then with option 1 to continue the RFP process, maintaining deadline of May 1st.
Alderman Cross, if you want to entertain that motion, I'll second for you.
I'll put a motion in for option 1.
And I second that motion.
So I have a motion from Alderman Cross, seconded by Vice Mayor Bear, to continue with the RFP process and maintain the deadline of May 1st. Just for discussion on that aspect of it, I have read the Senate bill that Mr. Calv was referencing, and I do think that's something that we should take into consideration with it, as in the future, that being the process that we would be under or available to use for the director type positions. I understand the kind of technicality and the wording of employee versus contractor versus what that would look like, but I would want to entertain delaying on that. But as it's stated, would like to proceed with it. Do we have any other discussion on that? Let's do a roll call, please.
Alderman Patrick,
Yes, for motion 1, right?
option 1.
Option 1.
Yes.
Alderman Cross,
Yes.
Alderman Schubert,
No.
Alderman Benstock,
Yes.
Alderman Gillum,
Yeah.
Vice Mayor Bear,
Yes.
Mayor Gibson.
No. Motion carries. Takes us then to termination of agreement with SafeBill LLC, or item F, termination of agreement with SafeBill LLC. Entertain a motion to approve that.
Motion. I submit the motion.
Have a motion by Alderman Benstock, second by Alderman Sugar. Floor is open for discussion. Tyler, Jim, if you would like to go over that.
So, since I've been here, Safe Built has evolved and gone through some staffing changes and other things. Their current inspector made some unilateral changes in our contractual relationship unbeknownst to Safe Built. When I extended my hand to the Safe Built folks about that, I was assured that they were going to address it in short order. They did not. And the phones at Town Hall here blew up, dealing with people not able to get permits, not getting inspections, not getting code enforcement any longer. Apparently they're not going to do code enforcement. So I say all that to say I don't have great faith and trust that they can execute on task for us, and we pay a pretty healthy price for them to provide that service. So in the interest of due diligence, Tyler and myself went looking elsewhere for things. By our contract, we have to give 90 days notice of termination of the contract. So we would like to move to that place and start moving towards another vendor that we believe will be much more responsive and less expensive. So that is the reason for the conversation.
I will add that since they made that unilateral decision, it has been a nightmare for us and our staff here to deal with the calls and the complaints that have come in. You all have gotten emails and calls about it. I'm sure I've seen some of them. And every time we reach out to leadership at Safe Built, we get schmoozed over, and then it's just kind of swept under the rug. And even our project at the park, they couldn't move forward because they didn't do the inspection. So it's caused an issue, and I just want you to take that into consideration as you make your decision.
Well, didn't they break the contract already?
Just because they broke the contract doesn't mean we need to break the contract. We're gonna stay within the bounds of the contract, and that's what I'll tell you. You know, to reinforce Tyler's point, I receive 5 calls a day. about building permit issues. Because the weather is nice, because contractors are available, because people want to do things at their home, and they're unable to do that. And I've listened to the customers complain, and our residents don't deserve that. So if I could snap my fingers and make it better, I would. But we're stuck with this product for the next 90 days, but we're gonna hopefully be in a better place. So
Or we lose any kind of money breaking the contract in 90 days?
No.
And penalties?
no, there is no payout or anything from the contractual relationship.
We just pay them.
We
for
pay them
whatever
what we owe them.
service. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure they haven't done much for us here in the recent past, so.
Further discussion on that? Roll call, please.
Alderman Patrick,
Yes.
Alderman Cross.
Yes.
Alderman Schubert,
Yes.
Alderman Benstock,
Yes.
Alderman Gillum.
Yep.
Vice Mayor Bear,
Yes.
Mayor Gibson.
Yes. All right, and that concludes new business tonight. Again, we appreciate everybody coming out. Encourage you to go check out the Senior Center's auction before that closes tomorrow. Definitely know they have a lot of good things going on up there, and we certainly appreciate all that they do. One other piece of kind of new business, Alderman Gillum has requested that for next month's meeting, that we look to move that up a week as he's not going to be in town. I don't know if that would require formal motion action, or if that's something that we can do kind of on a consent basis.
They can do it at this meeting, for the next month's meeting.
Yeah, they can make a motion. Technically, you should have more time than that to allow the public to.
A month?
Yeah, it's still a month off, so at least 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be the 28th. or
2 weeks is considered adequate.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So 2 weeks is adequate.
Just make sure we advertise it on
The change in the meeting.
news
So
on our
if you all want to
website.
entertain that as a,
Something posted out on the bulletin board, something that way.
Yeah, so if anybody would like to, if you want to entertain that in a motion, Jim?
Yes,
to-
I do.
Okay.
I'll second.
And we have a second by Alderman Cross. Do we have any other discussion on that?
So that would move the May BMA meeting to May 21st.
Correct.
Okay.
I won't be here.
Could you FaceTime, could you zoom into it?
No.
No, okay.
California bound.
So we've got we'd have to dispose of the motion. So we've got a motion on the floor to bump the meeting up a week.
did you have a second?
Yes,
Okay.
from Alderman Cross, second
Thank
that.
you.
And just to make sure I've got the date right, that would be the 21st.
Mm-hmm.
So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
No.
Okay, so let's roll call that, please.
Give me 1 second, please.
I think I got 5 too.
That's what I think too,
All
but
right,
just,
Alderman Patrick,
Yes.
Alderman Cross,
Yes.
Alderman Schubert,
No.
Alderman Benstock,
No.
Alderman Gillum,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Bear,
No.
Mayor Gibson.
yes. That's break the tie on
Yes, you did.
that. That's a controversial tiebreaker right there.
Mm-hmm.
Vice Mayor. Comments?
No.
Alderman Patrick?
Yes.
No comments.
Oh, no.
We're done. We're done voting now. We're just comments. So we're going
I don't
home.
have that.
Alderman Cross?
No.
Alderman Sugar?
Nope.
Alderman Gillum?
No.
Alderman Benstock?
No.
Staff? Stokes?
We had a meeting with WCYB today about flock cameras. Apparently, there's a resident that was less than happy, contacted the news media. They came and spoke with me and the police chief, and then they were going to speak with the resident. So you all may see something on the news. Just wanted to give you a heads up and let you know that it may be coming.
I'll give you one guess.
What's that?
You got one guess.
Nah, I'm not even going down that road. So, but I want to make sure you all are aware in case you see it up on the news or some social media platform. It's not a surprise to you. And that's it. Tyler?
I don't have anything.
Nothing.
Entertain a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?